Okay, we're for round 2 of FNM. I'm pretty sure it's round 2. It's actually me on the right playing red-white approach. And we got Joe on the left with Orzhov, powerful Orzhov tokens. Also, he went first, and he tried to draw a card, but he knew it was an accident, so I basically said, let's just shuffle the deck, it's the fairest thing to do. We don't have a judge in our shop, so we kind of just play things by ear, or people will ask one of the better players, like, they'll just ask them, oh, what's the ruling on this? And Joe leads with a hidden stockpile, which you actually can see even though the lighting, I guess. Marius' sleeves are kind of different from Joe's. And I lead with a double land and a double land, which is pretty nice. I probably have like a braid or something like that. And another hidden stockpile, so at this point I'm like, I just want to play all my lands and play approach and win. But I'm kind of getting a little nervous because, you know, the hidden stockpiles can get out of control. As you can see, I have a foil approach in hand. Plays Anointed Priest. He sacrifices it to trigger a revolt so he can get 2 1/1 servos. And he gets a scry, puts a fatal push to the bottom, which is a clever choice by him because it is a dead card. There's Optimus Prime, and I wonder if he'll spread them out and you'll be able to see. I guess he didn't, but it was an he like custom made his tokens, which are really cool. Optimus Prime and I think it's V8 or something like from Wasteland, not Wasteland. Borderlands, maybe. I think it's a game. I'm an old man. I don't know the game. I'm gonna take 4 life here because Master Trinketeer, I'm pretty sure gives all servos +1/+1. So I can't see my hand here, but if I hadn't a braid, I probably should have braided. But I think I have a Fumigate that I'm gonna slam. Yeah. So I'm gonna go back up to, well, not back up to, but to 21. So far, Joe's playing pretty well. He got the revolt last turn by sacrificing Evolving Woes, I think. Servo Exhibition. Gets 2 servos. Sacrifices 1 to trigger revolt so he can get a scry and 2 more. I'm pretty lucky he hasn't found an Anointed Procession. Pretty lucky. I think, yeah, that's my 6th land there. So it looks like I have double approach in hand, so I just need to get the double approach. And I'm on 21, so I'm feeling pretty comfortable at this game. Stockpile, hidden stockpile number 3. I don't feel too great about it. Scries to the bottom. He's had a lot of scries to the bottom. This is pretty unfortunate for him. Looks like I'm going to play Sunbird's Invocation here. It's the most mana efficient. I'm only going to take 5 damage on the crackback. It's not too bad. I think I'm going to make a mistake. Not next turn, but there's a mistake I make anyway. Ooh, servo. Now he's really putting on the gas, which, you know, he has to do because even though he knows well, he should make an assumption that my deck has quite a few board wipes. He sees 1 Fumigate. Where there's 1 Fumigate, there's usually like at least 2 more. And I run Sweltering Suns as well, and I run Settle the Wreckage. So looks like I'm going to get hit down to 13 here. And he actually cleverly got rid of a dead card in his hand with the Shram's Expertise. The second part of it, you're allowed to cast a free converted mana cost 3 or less card, and he used Fatal Push, which is never going to be a card in my deck to win, a relevant card versus my deck. So he used, here's where I make the mistake, by the way, because he has 2, 4, 5, 8, 9 servos, right? So I'm like, oh, I'm not facing lethal. And at the time, this is what I thought. I'm like, I'm not facing lethal, and none of his creatures have haste, so that means that I can't die next turn. So I was like, I'll play Sunbird's Invocation for max value, and for like setting up next turn to be even better. But that was actually really, and I want to stress how poor a play it was, because I should really just wait, cast my 4 mana spell, Settle the Wreckage, to get rid of his servos, because he has I presume 3 more Master Trinketeers in his deck, and also 4 Chefette Dunes. So he has 7 outs to kill me off the top of the deck. So just not a great play. I think I'm reading the card here, or Joe wants to know what Gideon does or something like that. So yeah, that was actually atrocious play by me. I think I should have just settled the wreckage. Not atrocious, because, I mean, 7 outs is a lot of outs. I mean, that's Looks like I make an emblem to stop him, to like force him to attack Gideon for 3 points of damage, which instead of like plussing him, yeah. So if I plussed him on one of the servos, he would have had to attack 4 servos at it to kill it, but then he could have, again, if he top decks that card, like one of those cards, but he would have won anyway, so I'd doing whatever I did with the Gideon there is very minor. Looks like Joe kept a start to finish on top, which is more gas. He's going to gain some life here. I think I missed it on me tracking it. He should gain 3 life there. He should be on 23. Looks like I missed my land drop there. But even if I did hit it, you know, I wouldn't have played approach because I probably would have died on the crackback. Really clever move by Joe here. He attacks for 6. He did a 5 and then I said, you know, I'm on 6, and he goes, okay, one more. So he's playing around Settle the Wreckage. Doesn't want to lose his whole field to it, and I definitely have it. And it's a decent read by him because I might have just scooped if I didn't have it. What do we got here? Spin the wheel. Gideon's a good one. Little free Gideon. Free Gideons are always the tastiest Gideons. But you don't want 2 free Gideons. Hey, we got the cast out. God, I'm such a luck box. But yeah, so basically the only mistake I think I made this game was playing the second Sunbird's Invocation. Because at the time, I just forgot about Master Trinketeer and Chef at Dunes. I don't know. Wasn't the best. And he gets a bunch of basics here. Yeah, missed the life totals. He should be on 23. Although, I don't think I'm going to be winning through damage, so it's not a huge deal. And if I draw like an untapped land next turn, that's pretty sick, because I get to look through 14 cards in my library, potentially find another approach, potentially find a Fumigate, potentially find a Sweltering Suns, etc, etc, etc. Let's see. Tiny misplay by Joe here. He really should have end stepped that, because you know, you see the 2 you know, Sunbird's Invocation. I'm very likely to play a board wipe if I play a 4 drop or a 5 drop or 6 drop or 7 drop like approach. So, you know, I am on 6 life, you know, 2 tokens can get the job done, so you'd probably want to end step that. But apart from that, he's played really well actually. Now here, because I don't have a board wipe, it's not a mistake to play the approach, or not the approach, the the 3rd Sunbird's Invocation, because now I don't know why I plussed first. I shouldn't. That's a mistake by me. I should wait to see what I get off the Sunbird's Invocation first, and then we spin the wheel. That's a treasure map. That's the first card, and I think the last card hits, and it's Sweltering Suns. So I get punished for plussing my Gideon too early, because I could get in for 4 points of damage. And he looks like he's going to sacrifice 1 to scry on it before it dies, which is pretty smart by him. And there's an approach and a Fumigate. I think I'm laughing about the Fumigate where I wanted to gain some life. So I assume I'm just going to Lightning Strike him, or I'm going to cast out one of his token making machines. Yeah, and look at my Gideon. He's just done nothing there. So Joe could be on, well, I mean, minus his 3 life gain, so he should be on like 19 basically, if I had attacked. Joe's gonna get rid of the Anointer Priest. Probably should turn that sideways. I think he does though. And I think here's where we actually do remember the life gain. So he goes to 21 here. Oh, he did exile that one, right? And then this one comes in, and then I think we pause and we're like, who gains life? How much life do we gain? There's a pen out. You know, when there's a pen out, you know, people are doing math. And then there was some argument about how much life gained. I think he wanted to gain less, and I was like, no, you gain more. Not that it made a huge difference. I think I put him to 25 here. Oh, this is like 27, right? Please tell me I put it to 27 at least. I must not be paying attention. Oh, yeah, there's 27. So, yeah, I mean, I'm going through 21 cards here. Should get some good hits. I played this at PPTQ in Dunleary. It was a lot of fun, and yeah, some people were pretty happy I was playing it. They were just like, I mean, it is pretty fun to play. When it works, you're just like, you're cascading into spells, and it's just hilarious. And this game's pretty much locked up. He's just got not enough board presence. I'm on 13 life now. I've got a Gideon in play and 3 Sunbird's Invocations, so this is going to go down 6 cards. 4, 5, 6, and then that's the 7th. And you'll see me, I don't keep track of where it is, which is pretty poor play by me. I learned to do that in the PPTQ because I was playing first round versus the guy who won it, actually. I beat him game 1, he's playing red-black aggro. I got a really lucky start. Or not lucky start, he just got a slow start. Game 2, I have like 2 Authority of the Consoles out. I've cast out something of his that's big. I'm 3 cards away from approach, it looks like I'm going to win, and then I cast a 3-drop and put the approach to the bottom of my deck. And it was pretty funny. But yeah, big mistake on my part. Because you should just keep track of where the approach is. And shuffle, 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 skip, skip, skip for the sideboard. Joe, unfortunately, only has 60 sleeves. So he's got to manually sideboard in. I think I would hate that. But he does have Zelda sleeves, so they're strictly better than mine. Although, I like my Dragon Shields. You'll see a Captain Lannery Storm there. Yeah, that's a sideboard card. I figure he's going to board out his removal, so it can ramp me to approach. It can block some 1/1s, I guess. I don't know. I was testing it out. And I couldn't find Chapin's exact list. That's who I got the deck from, Patrick Chapin. He dresses me. I'm going to show him some lands, some cast outs, a Settle the Wreckage. Or not some cast outs, an X-Lands Binding and a cast out. He's going to take the Settle the Wreckage because he knows that can wipe his board later. Just going to play with my hand revealed. Draw a mountain. Not what I want to see. But I guess eventually I want to see, 7 lands because I want to see approach. Oh, that's a good draw for Joe. Everybody's favorite tax collector, Campbell. Gotta pay your taxes with Campbell, or else he'll get you. Used to be the bane of the blue-black control players in the shop life. Pretty sure I play Lannery here in attack because I want to trade with Campbell. I'm reading Lannery because I don't know her that well. Go to combat. Get some treasure. I got some nice foil treasure. It's not particularly nice. It's not a different artwork. It's just a little bit foil. I wish they would give us cards instead of tokens, but I guess it's better than nothing technically. Master Trinketeer is a 3/2, so I'll be looking to trade with that. Two lands, possibly 3 lands in that, I'm not sure. Could be a Field of Ruin. He snaps off the block, I'll take a treasure and just make the trade happen. She's already gotten me 2 ramp pieces basically, which is pretty nice. Let's see, plays a land. Tax pre-combat. I'm about to take it, but then I'm like, there's no way I can get punished for this, so I might as well do it now. And take the drain, I'll go to 18, he'll go to 20. And then I get slammed with the punish. He gets that back. Or yeah, he gets to exile that. Campbell comes into play. And then I point to that for some reason. Oh, I think I said that. I was lucky that I had that. Look through my options. My options aren't great. So I think I'm just going to Ixalan's Binding. The Angel of Sanctions was actually particularly nice because if he had another Angel of Sanctions, that means he couldn't Angel of Sanctions the Ixalan's Binding with the Angel of Sanctions underneath it. That's a mouthful. Say that 3 times fast. Don't know why I'm taking so long. So I'll go to I'll go to 16. He'll go to 22. Then I'll cast that. He'll go to 24. And I'll go to 16. I think there was some issue over that as well. I think I said that I took some life here, but someone was saying that the cast out just kind of comes into play and I don't cast it, but I'm not sure. I took the life loss. I'm not 100% sure. Joe's he's kind of flooded here. I mean, the last game he was on 4 lands and that's what he wanted to be on. Now he's on 6 lands and no action, and I can't see his hand. Looks like that's a field rune for me, so I have 6 lands, so I'm pretty much where I want to be lands. I just don't want to draw any more because I have 2 treasure. So I have a Sweltering Suns. I'll probably... Well, I was going to cycle it. And that's why sequencing matters. You want to wait to see what your opponent does. You know, I didn't know what Joe was going to play, but when he plays Regal Caracal, I'm never going to cycle the Sweltering Suns because that's 7 points of damage. That's 2 turn clock for me. Whereas, I don't know why I hesitated there, but I think I was telling him untap basic or something like that. And I don't know why I was searching if... Oh, I think I was like... I was going to get a matching mountain. The reason I don't have all matching mountains is because I had a foil matching mountain. And I knew I didn't want any foils in my deck for the PPTQ. Because I didn't want to get DQ'd for having foil lands or anything foil. Even though I have the approach foil, but... Olaf was nice enough to give me a non-foil approach that I could borrow for the day. And then I accidentally kept it. But even with the foil approach, there didn't seem to be a problem with the minor judge. I don't know what you call him, but it wasn't the higher up judge. And now we're on the clock for approach. He's going to get in for 7 damage and some lifelink, which reduces my approach basically because I gain 7 life from the approach. And I really should, yeah, just watching this now just annoys me about how I don't keep track of the approach, but I learned my lesson. I'm never going to not keep track of it now, so. Yeah, there's the Shefet Dunes, just a bit of a dead card now, but good card in general. I think I hesitated. Oh no, I didn't hesitate. That's a card from the board. I think I took out a dead card, and I just said, look, that's going to buy me some more time. It's going to give me basically 4 tokens, plus another token. So 5 life. Maybe 6. And he's main phasing this so he can kind of sorcery speed, effectively use the rest of his mana to kill my 3/2. And he plays Link, which is a pretty cool token. So now we're just playing the waiting game for approach here. Unless he can kind of get a... I'm trying to think. I guess a Regal Caracal. A Catcher is a good start, actually. But my hand is kind of designed to beat that. It's 2 board wipes. I'm just going to cycle to get closer to approach. And because you see, this is why you should count it, because I think I hesitate here for a good bit. I'm thinking whether to play Sunbird's Invocation and wait a turn. And you see me top 6 here and then realize approach is actually pretty close. So I better not do that. And I'm just going to cast... yeah, I do top 6 and then I change my mind. I just want to stall the game out. And there's a Fragmentize from the board. There's 2 of those in the sideboard because I know Joe's in the shop and tokens is a powerful deck, so gotta keep the respect up. And yeah, I couldn't risk him playing Master Trinketeer and make a Thopter and then attack next turn. And there's the approach, so that's game, and those are pretty good games. Not that many mistakes at all. Thanks for watching, guys.